installation of the House 94 podcast. It's your boy Carl B with all the rest of the crew. We got a real good show tonight. We've been talking about doing this for a long time, and every time we came up with this topic, we always said, man, we got to prepare for this. But I don't know if we're ready. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some thought. But we finally got it together. We got a special guest. We got Dana Johnson joining us, another one of our Morehouse brothers, highly accomplished guitarist, producer, award-winning writer, CEO, project manager, and father, just to name a few of the major accomplishments. Dana's career began in music just a few years after his parents introduced him to the guitar. So obviously he had a lifetime connection with music, and it became much more than a hobby during his matriculation at Morehouse, in Atlanta, Georgia. As you can see, we got the merch out now. We'll keep some information about this later at house94.com. But he was part of a world-renowned Morehouse College jazz band, and then forged a special relationship with bandmates. Sirius B, the group was born. So again, he's done a variety of things, worked, with Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, and has had a collaboration. Well, actually, I'm going to let you pick up from there and kind of give us the rest of it, because it's a lot in here, and I don't want to miss any of the highlights. So pick up from there and kind of give us a little bit of the background and give us some of your story.
No, I mean, you got most of it, man. Like, created a band while I was part of a band, I should say, while I was at Morehouse, and that was kind of me dipping my toe into the music business. My freshman year roommate and one of my homies, and all of our homies from Oakland, was also getting into and well into the music business, and he pulled me into an endeavor that he was a part of called Noontime. A brother by the name of Shakir Stewart, R.I.P. And started working in production on a lot of hip hop and R&B type stuff, and got disillusioned with the business for a long time, and kind of was a weekend warrior, playing at church, gigging around the city. Did that for some years, and I met a woman who's now my wife that called her name is Denise Johnson now, but that goes by Avery Sunshine, and we started working together. And we, in the midst of me being laid off from my corporate gig in 2008, we recorded an album, and it took off, man. And since 2008, we've been basically touring around the United States and the world, for that matter, kind of doing this independently. And God is great. I mean, that's pretty much my story in a nutshell.
That's what's up. So, man, again, we appreciate you coming on. You're added to a long list of great accomplished brothers and sisters we had come on the show. And again, we have no doubt that you're about to make this show spectacular. So, back to the point, the topic we're going to do tonight, and this is a good one, actually. We're going to go through and everybody walk through their top 5 songs, right? So, and when you hear this, man, top 5 songs, it's kind of a lot packed into that. Yeah. Basically, the criteria is, we look for the top 5 songs that have had an impact on your life or can tell the story of your life. And we got people from all over the country geographically, so we all came up with different eras of music, so it's ought to be interesting. But I think we're going to start off with Dana, you giving us a little bit more background on the music industry and what you guys been doing, and we're going to get into the top 5.
Yeah, man. So like I said, we've the big part of our business is touring. And as all of us are aware, for the last 8 months, it ain't none. Ain't no touring, big. So we've been here at the crib. And this comes for us from doing 75 to 100 shows a year for the last 4 or 5 years, 5 or 6 years, flying 200,000 miles a year to, I take that back. I have taken a couple flights, but I've had maybe 3 or 4 flights this whole year, which is crazy. And and obviously, has affected our business pretty intensely. So one thing we've really been working on is, or let me back up and say, we kind of by chance at the beginning of the pandemic decided we were going to do these Avery Sunshine Live from the crib on Facebook Live. And we were just going to kind of do it. And we did a few of them like at the very, very beginning. I mean, around the same time D-Nice started spinning and all that, we were kind of playing in that space as well. And I learned really, really quickly that you can make money at the crib. Like we did 4 kind of really unplanned shows on Facebook Live, and so, you know, the first one we did, somebody was like, "What's your Cash App? What's your?" I was like, "Oh shit, we have to make a Cash App," and threw our Cash App there. And out of those 4 shows, man, we made enough bread on those 4 shows to pay the mortgage for the rest of the year.
What?
And, yeah, blew my mind.
Oh wait, I forget. Your wife was already an established star.
Yeah. So
I got a Cash App. So.
Yeah. Well, so I won't say star. Well, yeah, star. I'll take that. Amen. But
Yeah,
we
she ain't no stranger.
Right. Exactly. So we that showed me that we really need to put some focus on that. You mean I could do that at the house, like with a dress shirt and some sweatpants and shit, you know? So we've really been putting quite a bit of focus on retooling our business to focus there. In much the same way that you guys are doing this podcast, we realized that we have to take advantage of this opportunity, and for us, like, you know, where we've been spending quite a bit of our time and efforts on Facebook and Instagram, and basically Facebook and Instagram is pimping. Like, if you think about it, they're in the same business that radio stations and TV are in. And when you think about radio and TV, you think about, oh, they're in the business of putting on television shows and playing music, but no,
advertising.
They're in the business of selling shit, right? Can I cuss on this? I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. All right. Shit. Goddamn. So yeah, they're in the business of selling shit, man. And in general, at least on radio and television, you make a show and they pay you for the show and they play the show. Facebook and Instagram, you give that content, your intellectual properties, for free. And so that occurred to me, and I was like, we got to figure that shit out. We got to figure out a way to create our own platform that we can monetize, and we can sell our own shit, or just sell some shit. You know what I mean? And so we created a platform called the Hey Sunshine Show, and it really just kicked off, actually. On top of that, we developed a cosmetics line and a couple of other things that'll be coming down the pipe, and of course, you know, pushing our own merch and all that. And you know, it's just been a couple of weeks at this point, but it's looking very promising. My goal in 90 days is to get it's a membership based, a subscription based content platform, and my goal is in 90 days to get it to 1,000 people. And then from 1,000, I think it'll be easily scalable up to 5,000 and so on. The thing is, though, if I can get 1,000 people spending on average $8.33 a month, so that's a $5 subscription, and plus, you know, whatever other shit we're going to sell them, that's $100,000. You know what I mean? 1,000 people at $8.33 a month. It's 1,000. And if I can scale that to 5,000, and y'all went to Morehouse, you could do the math. And so,
did you ever think that you would be this rich?
And well, you know, and for me, we're not, you know, clearly, you guys understand, we're not rich, but what we have realized is that, you know, as artists, we make really decent money. And it's really easy to spend that shit. And if you don't, though, you could stack bread in a way that's amazing, and do all the other regular shit, you know, in terms of investing and such. And then so thankfully we've been okay. A lot of our artist friends have crashed and burned during this time, and by the grace of God and some good planning and not buying that Lamborghini and all that stupid shit, you know, we're okay. I thank God, man. But yeah, that's really what we've been focused on. I've turned my whole goddamn basement into, we already had a recording studio, but the other side of the basement is we're working on like a streaming studio, and shit, we might not never leave the house if this shit go right. You know what I mean? We might
dig that.
You know,
the same thing in many industries. Like for myself, I mean, shit, I was flying shit 2-3 times a week all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah.
And in March, came to a halt. I ain't been on the plane since March.
Yeah.
But my work activity hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Client's still here. Right. I got a project right now in Lithuania, another one in Ireland, and another one in Virginia, another one in St. Paul. So,
yeah.
And I'm dealing with them out throughout the course of the day. Shit,
Yeah.
I would only be laying up in Lithuania right now.
Yeah, man. That what a blessing. I mean, you know, and that's
I'd rather be in Lithuania, but it is a blessing. I can still work for the grid.
yeah. Hey, man. I love traveling, and I certainly do miss it. But there's something to be said. I mean, again, about making bread at the house. Like, sheesh, it's a blessing, man. But yeah, I am ready to get back traveling.